Stream these 5 defenses in Week 11. Sitting atop the list this week is the Houston Texans. The Texans get a checked-out Dallas Cowboys team. In last week's blowout loss to the Eagles, the Cowboys gave up 3 sacks, lost 4 fumbles, threw 1 interception, and only managed to muster up 6 points. And I think it's fair to expect much of the same again this week. Dallas's 18 giveaways are the second most in the league, and with Cooper Rush or potentially Trey Lance at QB, they may be number 1 after this week. Houston has quietly been the 6th highest scoring fantasy defense since week 6, and they're coming off of a game where they picked off Jared Goff 5 times, and they really held their own against one of the best offenses in the league, and this was without Will Anderson. I expect them to come into this game with a lot of desperation, having lost 2 straight and 3 of their last 4, and with Dallas not having a running game or another weapon outside of CeeDee Lamb, this one could get late early. Number 2 on the list is the Green Bay Packers. What do head coaches do when the walls are closing in? Fire a coordinator. And that's exactly what happened today when Shane Waldron was relieved of his OC duties in Chicago. This team has not scored a touchdown in 8 quarters, and they really haven't recovered after that Hail Mary loss in Washington. Caleb Williams' rookie year has been up and down to say the least. He's the most sacked quarterback in the league, having been dropped 38 times, and while this team does have protection issues, his playing style doesn't help his cause, and the issue may only be exacerbated with a new play caller. I'm anticipating Green Bay and Defensive Player of the Year candidate Xavier McKinney to do what they've done all year, take the ball away. Their 19 takeaways rank 2nd, and this is despite already having had their bye. They've quietly been one of the more consistent scoring defenses in fantasy this year, averaging 8.9 points per game, which is tied for the 6th most. Number 3 on the list is the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins look good against a solid Rams offense on Monday night, tallying 4 sacks, 1 interception, and 1 fumble recovery. And this week they're going up against the Las Vegas Raiders team that has lacked an identity all year. They've suffered from subpar quarterback play and turnovers. Their 19 giveaways lead the league despite having already had their bye. They've also given up the 5th most sacks in the league with 30, and you know things are bad when you're debating whether or not to start Gardner Minshew or Desmond Ridder. Regardless of who gets the starting nod, I'm anticipating Miami finding some success. Number 4 on the list is the New Orleans Saints. The Saints get a Cleveland Browns team who will once again be led by Jameis Winston, which means he should be good for an interception or 2. He's coming off of a game where he took 6 sacks, threw 3 interceptions, and had 1 fumble. The Saints haven't looked good for the most part of this year, but they are coming off of a big win in Atlanta where they tallied 3 sacks, had 1 interception, and a block kick. I'm anticipating them to have one of their better outings of the year against Winston and a Cleveland Browns offensive line that has given up a league-leading 43 sacks. Number 5 on the list is the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams have quietly been the top scoring defense in fantasy since week 7, averaging 13 points per game. And this week they're going up against New England, who still has arguably the worst offensive line in the league. They've given up 32 sacks, which is the 4th most in the league, and Drake May is still very much going through rookie growing pains. The Patriots also lack any real weapons outside of Ramondre Stevenson and to a lesser degree Hunter Henry, and even though they won last week, it was largely on the heels of their defense. I'm expecting the Rams to bounce back after a tough loss, and for their defense to be a big reason why. Those are 5 defenses to consider streaming in week 11. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe and let me know which defenses you think we should stream in the comments below.